Hi, YouTube. I want to talk about Delta Rewards and their policies that to me I'm just like really not pleased with. I have been a Delta Sky Miles Reward member over 20 years. My first credit card was initiated by my auntie who allowed me to be on her Delta Sky Miles credit card at the time. This is like back in the day. I think I was like maybe like 18. Was able to establish my credit thanks to her and really move up in ranking because she had like a high balance, a high availability credit, etc., etc. So I was able to kind of like propel my credit history from that. Needless to say, last year, okay, I thought I was moving up in rank. I went from silver to gold, gold to platinum, and I was platinum last year, and I anticipated being diamond this year. So how it works is they say MQDs, but to me, the dollars are not adding up. They're not making sense. It seems as though it's one arbitrary way for them to nickel and dime. Because if you're spending X amount of dollars, you should be able to get the perk associated with fulfilling that amount, in my opinion. I think for silver, it's like 5,000 a year. Gold, I think it's 10. Platinum is 15 and diamond is 28,000. Now, granted, I spent more than the required amount last year to fulfill my obligation to get diamond this year. Tell me why I'm back to silver. Absolutely not. Diabolical. I called up Delta to see or find out maybe it was done in error, maybe if it was an oversight, the system, the glitch, the matrix, I don't know. My thing is, as a valued customer, at the very least, you should adhere to what type of issue I have and try and make good on that. That's my thoughts. Far be it for me. Listen, I don't work there. I think, especially in this climate, any and every a dollar that's spent needs to be of benefit in some capacity, whether it be rewards. Usually when you get higher up in status, like platinum or diamond, they bump you in terms of you can go from premium to like first class, etc., etc. You still get lounge access and all these things. To me, that's like a standard perk. But as a platinum member, I was able to not only get the upgrade for myself, but companion as well. And you get companion passes to use the lounge. Incentives that I think are worth it in some capacity. I haven't paid a fee for my bags and I don't even remember. But my thing is, I feel like they changed their policy yet again. I remember distinctly a couple of years ago them changing the way that they did the calculations. I think it's the MQDs. In terms of, I think that's medallion qualifying dollars, how they allocate or determine what level of reward you can garner or obtain based on whatever formula. I don't know if it's raining. I don't know exactly what the formulary is, because even when they explain it to me, it's not sufficing. If I'm spending X amount of dollars, I expect to get the perks associated with the amount spent. Like, that's crazy to me. I'm very displeased. So what I was able to do, I called them up, explained the circumstance. The representative was really sweet and nice and understood where I was coming from. And I think there's a way in which for you, the customer, to advocate to have a maintenance of the previous year's status. Now, sometimes people who really do a lot of bargain traveling and things of that sort, they're going through third party vendors to book like the cheapest flight, the cheapest this, the cheapest that. As a loyal member, I feel it behooves them, whatever company it is. It doesn't have to be Delta, it could be other major airlines. If you have a loyal customer, someone who pays their bills, someone who travels and utilizes the services, advocate for other people to do it. I couldn't tell you how many people I've encouraged for them to get their card, their American Express Sky Miles card. And I feel like, okay, well, what is my retribution? To me, it's the math is not mathing. It's one way that you're reminded yet again that these corporations are really, I mean, they don't have your best interests at heart. I get it. But my thing is, give me a perk, give me something. I should be able to, do business with any type of company and it be mutually beneficial. You get the service, you get the money, there's an even exchange. I feel like, now's not the time. And I know, granted, there's a lot of things happen globally where they're having to like cut back, but a lot of these corporations are making money hand over fist. Let's not get it twisted. I'm getting very frustrated because I've been a loyal customer for years, about 20 plus years. And I always pride myself in saying, oh, well, I'm flying Delta because, they treat, the customer well, or their customer service is always on par. You could always get someone on the phone to, troubleshoot whatever issues you have, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I shouldn't have to advocate for this. I think it's just, to me, like I went through the process in, I think it's like a hardship of some sort where you're trying to state claim and, okay, I had the previous status last year and I need to be able to continue it because unforeseen circumstances transpired. Now, granted, I didn't know any of the sort. And in all honesty, I didn't travel a lot last year because, I diagnosed with having a tumor. And the reason why I'm actually going away and finding out about the status is because I have surgery coming up. And I really need this like mini vacation. I'm literally going away for 3 days. I don't care. I don't care if it's a turnaround. I need to be in the sand. I need to be at the beach. I need to be enmeshed in just like nature. Like my happy place truly, whenever I look back at like pictures where I'm like traveling places and seeing things inside, my happiest memories are on the beach. I feel like I am a beach baby. Now, I'm born, raised New Yorker, but my parents are from the islands. So to me, I was going back and forth to the islands ever since I could remember. So it's a home away from home, in my opinion. And that's one of the reasons why I'm really anticipating this trip. And that was one of the reasons that preempted me to like call them up and say, hey, I have this trip coming up. What's going on with my status? Why hasn't my status changed? Why did I go all the way from platinum back down to silver? I still can't get a good definitive answer, in my opinion. If I exceeded the amount of charges made that would fulfill me to have the diamond status, I should be able to get it. Like, I don't understand. Oh, well, no, it's not qualifying. It's $1. Like, I mean, I think it's just arbitrary, these kind of like rules that they put together, and I think it's unfair. I don't think they have the consumer's best interest at heart. I think more people need to like speak out about this and be candid with their feelings about it. I'm curious to know if any of you all, hopefully there are people who watch this video, but if the people who do by chance stumble upon this video, are you a Delta Rewards Sky Miles member? How's your medallion status situation going? If you have a status, like, I'm curious, because I can't be the only one. And I don't like to like just come on YouTube solely to vent, but I'm just, I'm really a little bit taken aback and perplexed. I don't quite understand how they came about this policy. Now, a few years ago, they shifted gears. There was different formulary based on the amount of travel miles versus the amount of dollars spent. And so if it was raining outside, it was just, I don't know what the formulary was. I thought it was arbitrary then, but I feel like it's probably even worse now. And I remember watching a couple of videos of people who even had diamond status saying that, listen, I got to jump ship because this is not what I will potentially benefit from as a consumer. And now I kind of like get it, because at that point I was thinking, oh, well, maybe people are blowing it out of proportion, because I was still in the process of getting my status. And despite the fact of me spending X amount of dollars, and I think at that time I was renting. Now I currently own, but there was a brief time a few years ago that I was renting for a couple of years. I was able to charge my rent, which kind of like even pushed me into a different category. And I'm just, I don't know, I'm really displeased. Like, we all work very hard for our money, even if we don't. You, as the consumer spending your money, you need to be able to have some type of, you know, some type of incentive, I feel. And this is one thing that I feel like I need to kind of like advocate for myself on, because this shouldn't be. It should not. I feel like it should not. And I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. Just me venting. But I mean, in all actuality, I am excited to get out of the US and just travel. As I told you, I think the last time I traveled was 8 months ago in June. I can't believe it's been that long. My goodness. I went to Florida to visit family. And before then, I was in Jamaica last year, January's time. So like around this time, I went away. And the last 6 to 8 months has been an absolute blur because, as I told you, I've been having health issues. Going back and forth to the doctor, you know, while I was also in school. So I didn't really have the time. And I dedicated the extra money towards my tuition because, again, that was a priority. You know, I took a 6 months off this semester because I have a surgery coming up and I just need to mentally be recharged before I take on any other endeavors. These are things that I think about. So, I mean, in all actuality, I think I would qualify for the hardship because, I mean, I do have an actual, like, medical issue or reason, you know, going back and forth to the doctor and stuff. An issue that obviously impeded my ability to travel the way I want or usually would. So, I mean, I get it. I'm going to keep at it and see if they can make good on it. I'm just really displeased with Delta. And I was very candid with the sales representative, even though she was really sweet and helpful and explained to me how I could potentially get in my status back. I just am displeased with how they went about this situation. So if anyone can give some type of feedback or guidance on it, how I can, you know, turn this situation around, I'm all ears. But that is all for now. And I thank you for listening. If anyone's out there who listens and stumble upon the video, please like, share, subscribe. I'm trying to grow my channel and I'm really pushing to get monetization this year. That's one of my goals, aside from other goals. Listen, 2026, the year of the fire horse, I am beyond excited and thrilled. I'm really looking to push myself beyond my comfort zone, and that's in every capacity. I'm proud of myself in making these strides. I'm proud of myself in working out diligently every single day. You know, I'm really, you know, improving my physique, my health, everything. So I'm just grateful for life and I don't take anything for granted anymore. But thank you for listening. And Delta, listen, you've been warned. All right, bye-bye.